Well, the island in the sun this weekend won't be the Outer Banks because that hurricane is heading that way. So you'll be safe and sound on Mackinac Island for the Jazz Festival at Grand Hotel. And really another Pure Michigan weekend, the last official Pure Michigan weekend of the summer because kids are all back to school right after Labor Day. But heck, September's a nice month and a very good month to travel still. To me, it's almost like a summer month, and sometimes it's better than May. So, don't fear. Summer can go on. But certainly this weekend is a great time to go. And if you want to go to Mackinac Island, you can also participate in the bridge walk like I'm planning to do with Governor Granholm and Dan Mulhern. It's going to be the last time she takes the bridge walk, and I will be there. It's the first time I'm going. And everybody that I talk to, State Senator Jason Allen, John Truscott, and the rest who have experience with the bridge walk say it's something that you should do if you live in Michigan once. When you look at the crowds, you see that it's a complicated matter, but a lot of fun and a rare opportunity. Chris Shepler is the vice president of Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry Service, and he's got sort of the dream job that we all want, to spend all summer on the high seas there on the Straits of Mackinac. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael. How are you this morning?
Very good. What a beautiful thing it is to imagine going back and forth across that passage on a ferry like your company does. Is it as romantic as it seems?
Well, it's like anything else. It gets a little old after a while, but we definitely try our hardest not to take for granted what we have up here, that's for sure.
And some days I imagine that strait is like a plane of glass, and then on some days it can be like the deadliest catch, right?
I guess that's the beauty of it all. Mother Nature, she changes every day. So being on the water especially, it changes, from trip to trip sometimes.
Were you born with sort of the sea in your blood? Is that what drew you to the ferry business?
Well, I come from a third generation of captains on the Great Lakes. My grandfather used to captain the freighters on the Great Lakes, and my great uncle, his brother, my grandfather's brother, also did that, and my father has got his captain's license as well, and then my brother and I have our captain's license as well. So this is my 29th year being a captain, and so I got my license when I was 19.
You must have seen 19. That's pretty young. You must have seen it all. You remember any incidents that come to mind that were of great intrigue?
Well, I think the one that really comes to mind, only probably because it's most recent, was last fall. We had our last weekend of operation. We had quite a storm that moved through on the end of October, that last weekend of October, that blew in on a Friday and stuck around all day Friday evening, and it was quite a day and quite an evening, and those types of days, it's not really what goes on out in the middle of the lake that's of concern. The boats can handle it. All the ferry boats can handle that kind of weather. It's what happens at the dock. And we had a pretty strong east breeze with, it was rolling 8 to 10 inside the harbor. So the movement of the boat sitting at the dock is what was of concern, trying to unload and load the amount of people that we were at the time.
You ever have people get seasick?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. That must be very unpleasant.
Yes, it is.
Anybody ever fall off or jump off?
No, sir.
I'm happy to hear that too. You've never lost a single soul on board, and that's terrific. Now, what about the people who are coming to Mackinac Island this weekend and want to participate in the bridge walk? How do they make that happen? Let's say they're spending the weekend on the island like I am. Then they take a Shepler ferry to St. Ignace and walk across? Yeah,
that is correct. We have, either whether you're staying on the island or you're not, we promote take the boat to walk the bridge. And,
yeah.
And it's a beautiful trip in the morning. We leave at 5:30 out of Mackinac City, and then 6 o'clock off the island to St. Ignace. And then we have all sorts of land equipment in St. Ignace that will take you down to the base of the bridge. So that's the way to do it. I've made that trip in the morning across the water, and there's nothing better than the Straits of Mackinac. I know it's very early, but boy, you get a head start on everyone, and you can complete that bridge walk by 9:30 in the morning. You can be back either in your hotel room or in your car heading south, or the next event, whatever that may be. And you don't have to, the waiting in lines for the buses, and although that's very convenient as well, the ferry adds another dimension to it all.
Yeah, that sounds like, I didn't know you ran that service. That's terrific. So 5:30 from Mackinac City takes you to St. Ignace, and then you can walk southbound because that's how the bridge walk works. And then when you get off the bridge on the southbound side, you just walk over to Shepler's because you're closest to the bridge, right? Or are there shuttles?
That is correct. You just walk down Central Avenue. It's not even a half a mile from where you stop the bridge walk or where you end the bridge walk to the ferry boat. It's less than a half a mile, so it's really convenient if you're spending the night on the island and have spent the night and you have luggage. We have cast members on the island to take your luggage and put it in a secured area, so you don't have to worry about that. Just give us your luggage, jump on the boat, go to St. Ignace from the island, and have an enjoyable walk.
And your bags will be sent over to the Mackinac City side?
Yes, bikes, bags, any other type of luggage or any other belongings that you have, we'll just send it to Mackinac City, put it in our secured luggage area, and hold it until you get there.
Shepler's Ferry is the way to do the bridge walk, and have a nice trip whether you're going from Mackinac City or Mackinac Island this weekend. Congratulations, Captain, and happy holiday weekend to you. Chris Shepler with Shepler Ferries there on Mackinac Island.